In this lesson, we are going to discuss process of converting general form of a quadratic function to vertex form of the quadratic function so that we can identify essential elements of the graph without actually plotting the graph. Let's get started with the given quadratic function. Here, the given quadratic function is f of x equal to x square plus 8x plus 13. If this is the given function, we need to convert it into the form f of x. So to convert it into the standard form, which is f of x equal to a into x minus h whole square plus k, will complete square. We are going to use completing the square method. We will use completing the square method. Completing the square. And how we apply that method is this way. F of x is equal to x square plus 8x plus 13 plus 13. The first step that we do is that we need to make coefficient of x square equal to 1. But here it's already 1. So that's fine. And in rough area, once the coefficient of x square is equal to 1, so let me write it down as a step 1. Step 1, if coefficient of x square is equal to 1, then 1 by 2 times coefficient of x. 1 by 2 times coefficient of x, take its square, add and subtract. Add and subtract. So these are couple of things that we'll need to do step by step. We identified that the coefficient of x square is equal to 1, and now we are going to multiply coefficient of x with 1 by 2. Here the coefficient of x is 8, so if we complete this step, this will be equal to 1 by 2 multiplying with 8, and that is equal to 4. And we are going to take square of this and subtract and add on just on one side of the equation. So this is equal to this x square plus 8x, and now we are going to add plus including the sign. So that was plus 8, and ultimately we had plus 4. So let's add plus 4 here, square, plus 13, and we will subtract the same thing, minus plus 4 square as well. So once we are done with this step, now our given quadratic function looks like this. F of x is equal to this first part of the function. This is in fact at this time x, the first square term, plus the second square term, that is plus 4 whole square, and this is plus 13 and minus 16. Plus 4 square is 16. So now this is equal to x plus 4, and this is minus 3, and if we further reduce it to the form, this would be equal to x minus, because in the standard form x is always followed by a negative sign, minus 4 and then square, minus, instead of here negative, there is always positive in the standard form. So this will be minus 3, negative will be written with the number. And here it is f of x. Now we can compare it with comparing with f of x equal to a, which is 1 here, time x minus h whole square plus k. So this is how we can convert a given quadratic function into the standard form. And by the way, once this function is converted into this form, it's easy to find the vertex, because you can see that k is replaced here with minus 3 and h is replaced here with minus 4 and a is replaced here with 1. So this gives us vertex is equal to hk, which is in fact here minus 4 and minus 3. So that is the vertex. And what other stuff we are going to find is, so let's call this as number 1. Number 2, x is of parabola. X is of parabola. Always take the squared term, put it equal to 0. So that is squared term equal to 0. This means, what is the squared term? The squared term is x minus negative 4 whole square, mean x plus 4. X plus 4 whole square is equal to 0. This means x plus 4 is equal to 0. This means x is equal to minus 4 is x is of symmetry or x is of parabola, is x is of symmetry. So x is of parabola is done. And number 3, since a is positive, since a is equal to 1, which is greater than 0, so graph opens upward. So parabola opens upward, and the minimum, if it opens upward, then the minimum is equal to y coordinate of the vertex, is equal to y coordinate of the vertex, and y coordinate of the vertex is minus 3. So this is equal to minus 3. And fourth, if we want to find out all those other properties like length, focal length is equal to 1 by 4 times a value, which is equal to 1 by 4 times 1. This is equal to 1 by 4, and number 5. Now if you want to find out what the focus is, focus is equal to y coordinate of vertex, or if we write the whole thing together, that would be -4 minus 3 -4 minus 3 plus focal length, and focal length is 1/4. If so, then this is equal to -4, and this would be -11/4. And once we have achieved the value for focus, then sixth property, we can write the equation of lattice rectum. Equation of lattice rectum. Since lattice rectum joins 2 points of parabola, passes through focus, and is perpendicular to the axis of parabola, so its equation is y equal to -11/4. Just the y coordinate of the focus. 7th, equation of directrix. Equation of directrix is in fact y equal to y coordinate of vertex minus focal length So this is equal to y coordinate of the vertex is equal to -3 minus 1/4. So this will be -3 minus 1/4, and this is equal to -13/4. And now if we also want to find out the intercepts, x-intercepts, put f of x equal to 0. F of x equal to 0. This gives us the value of the parabola, that is x plus 4. So this is equal to x plus 4 whole square minus 3 equal to 0. This means x plus 4 whole square equal to 3, and this gives x plus 4 equal to plus minus square root 3. X is equal to -4 plus minus under root 3. So 2x intercepts are -4 plus under root 3 0 and -4 minus under root 3 0. For y-intercept put x equal to 0. If x is equal to 0, this means y, which is a replacement for f of x, is equal to 0 plus 4 whole square minus 3. So this will be equal to 16 minus 3 means 13. So 0, 13. So 0, 13 is y-intercept. And now let's do the second question. For second question, example number 2, we are given the equation of parabola is minus 2x squared plus 12x minus 16. Minus 2x squared minus f of x is equal to minus 2x squared plus 4x minus 16. Just to make sure, if that is the equation, this is minus 2x squared plus 12x minus 16. So this is minus plus 12x minus 16. If this is the given quadratic function, then before we complete the square, we got to make the coefficient of x square equal to 1. And for this purpose, f of x equal to, we take minus 2 common. What is left inside is x square minus 6x and plus 8. Rather, we don't bother the constant term. We just take the common out of first two terms and leaving the constant term as such. So let us write that as minus 16. And now coefficient of x is minus 6. Multiply it with 1 by 2. That would be equal to minus 3. And taking the square, this is the number we are going to add and subtract. So this would be minus 2 into x square minus 6x plus minus 3 square will be added, and the same number will be subtracted inside the bracket. That will be minus 3 square. Close the bracket and then write minus 16. The first three terms inside the bracket are a perfect square. So these are equal to minus 2 into x minus 3 whole square minus 9 minus 16, and now we can multiply minus 2 inside as well. So this will give us minus 2x minus 3 whole square. Negative 2 times negative 9 will become plus 18 minus 16, and this is equal to f of x. This is equal to minus 2 into x minus 3 whole square plus 2 f of x. And now comparing it with f of x equal to a into x minus h whole square plus k. Here we can see that the vertex is equal to this implies vertex, which is equal to hk, is in fact 3 and 2. 3 and 2. So once we have found the vertex and a is equal to minus 2, a is equal to minus 2. Since it is negative, it means the parabola is facing downward, so there is a maximum point. Since a is less than 0, so the parabola faces downward. Faces down, and in that case the maximum is equal to y coordinate of the vertex, and which is equal to 2. And now for 3, let's find out axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry. For axis of symmetry, we put the square term equal to 0. It means x minus 3 whole square is equal to 0. Minus 2 x minus 3 whole square is equal to 0. This means x minus 3 is equal to 0. This means x is equal to 3. Number 4, we can discuss all those other properties. Let's find out the intercepts. X-intercepts. Put f of x equal to 0. This means minus 2 times x minus 3 whole square plus 2. Minus 2 times x minus 3 whole square plus 2 is equal to 0. This means 2 times x minus 3 square is equal to 2, means x minus 3 square is equal to 1. This means x minus 3 is equal to plus minus 1, and this means x is equal to 3 plus minus 1, showing x is equal to 3 plus 1 and 3 minus 1. This is x equal to 4 and 2. So 4 0 and 2 0 are x-intercepts, and let's find out y-intercept. Y-intercepts, and for y-intercept put x equal to 0. If x is equal to 0, then minus 2 times x, instead of x this is 0, minus 3 whole square plus 2 is equal to 0, is equal to f of x. So this is f of x equal to minus 2 times 9 plus 2. This means this is equal to minus 18 plus 2 equal to minus 16. So the y-intercept is 0 minus 16. And that's it for the properties of the given parabola, but we can discuss all the other properties like we have discussed for number of questions now. I'll see you in the next lesson.